Hey guys, so as a lot of you know, we've just come back from our holiday in Andorra. We were there for literally the whole month, the whole of February. And one question that we've been getting a lot is, what was it like traveling with a 1-year-old? So we thought we'd make this little video to share bits of the journey and to tell you guys how it went. This was our first little trip together as a trio, so we were so excited to go. But obviously a little bit nervous because we've never travelled on a plane with her before and we didn't know how she was going to react, how she was going to be on the plane. But the good thing is she's such an easy baby and she's so easygoing, she's so smiley. We knew she was going to be fine. My main thing for this trip was to be over prepared and prepare for absolutely everything and then hope for the best. In terms of packing, because it's a month and it's such a long time, I had to be so organized for this. So what I did is I actually wrote out a list, what's going to go in the suitcase, what's going to go in the baby bag, what's going to go in my side bag, what's going to go in my purse, down to the little bits. And I stuck those lists in my guest bedroom mirror because that's where I put the suitcases. So the lists look a little bit like this and they were just stuck there. So you can see I had a list for Winnie and a list for me, and it was so precise in terms of like how many snowsuits am I carrying, how many vests am I carrying, how many pairs of trousers am I carrying for Winnie, what's gonna go in her little baby bag, what toys am I carrying. For James, there's nothing there because I didn't know what he was carrying and what he needed, what he felt he needed. But when we were putting everything in the suitcase and double checking, I did get him to write what I must not forget list, so that way he can tick it off. And as he's putting stuff in the suitcase, I told him to write down what he's put in so he knows if something's missing, and that was so helpful. I think you've got to be overly organized with a little one just in case. So traveling wise, the only thing that set us back is she got a cold the day before, and anyone with a little one knows when they have colds and they can't breathe and they can't sleep, oh my gosh, it is hard work because they're just crying. There's not much you can do to help. So I was just soothing her the whole way. The day before our flight she didn't sleep, so James had like this great idea. The best thing to do is like book in to stay at the hotel on the terminal because our flight was so early in the morning, 6 a.m. We didn't want to wake her up at like 2-3 a.m. just to travel to the airport, and we thought it might be easy to settle her in the hotel, wake up about 4-5 a.m. and then walk to our flight. She was crying, she was snotty, she couldn't breathe. Let me get James to tell you about the experience. James has just put Winnie down for a nap, so I'm gonna have to wait until she wakes up for him to add to the story. She should be up in like half an hour. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Your hair's a mess, my girl.
It's 1 a.m. What do you expect? Daddy hasn't even taken his boots off yet.
My 1 a.m. crew.
First of the month, January babies, you see. The 1 stands for 1 a.m. All my other January fellows out there, they know 1 a.m. means January. Little Willie's gonna go to sleep. Daddy's gonna go to the bar.
I've cut my lip on one side, so I'm trying to cover it up. We're about to get some sleep. James is gonna go downstairs, get water and everything else. But me and Winnie, we're gonna go off to bed now. So, good night guys, and we'll see you in Andorra.
So fill us in of what you've told them so far.
So all I've said is about the packing. I feel like I was very organised
on it.
In terms of like, yeah, thank you.
And you know you've done a good job because when we went there we didn't miss anything. So you had more than enough nappies, you had more than enough clothes, everything. So I think having that list and seeing it on the thing in a little checklist, you smashed it there. Well done. That was a poor high five, yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Go again. There
Yeah.
we go. So well done. 10 out of 10
Thank you.
for that side of things.
So now it's on to the travel part. I basically said it was great that you booked the hotel.
Oh, 100%. I spent more on the hotel than the actual flights.
Right.
However, it was so worth it.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible hotel. If only I knew it was that good, I'd have got there earlier. Because we literally just went there just to sleep. We got there about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then we was awake at 4, out the door. You don't even come out of the hotel. You literally stay in the hotel. They call you. Yeah. They say, like, "Hi, Mr. Hobbs, it's time to wake up." You wake up, you literally grab your stuff, go down a lift, walk inside like a tunnel that's built into the hotel.
Yeah.
And you're at the gates. Even though we stayed at the hotel, we still were cutting it a bit close for time. We were rushing, but I would do that again.
Winnie got a cold the day before we travelled. Yeah, and you can see in the clips, bless her, she was so poorly. Yeah. She was not having any of it. But she was just calm and crying, and you just felt so bad. We were this close to cancelling the trip.
Yeah, while we're at the hotel as
yeah.
well. So we get there at like 11, 12 o'clock, and we're about to cancel. I didn't think they'd let her on the plane. I thought she was so snotty and upset and cryy. I thought they're not going to let her fly, but they did.
I was even like, should I call my cousin Carol to come pick us back up? Like, do I stay until check-in and then call her to come pick us up? I was literally this close to like calling on my cousin, like, brr, 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 brr.
And the thing with...
You gotta come pick me up.
Like you said, there's nothing you can do. You just have to ride it out with her.
So the actual travel bit, how was it from getting on the plane?
I thought it was going to be cut short. That I thought they're not going to let us on. They're going to say, right, you know, you can't fly. She's too loud, crying, this and that. She was okay. She was okay.
For how badly she was with a cold, she was really good. Firstly, shout out to airports and letting parents through. Shout you out, because we arrived late, like 20 minutes before our flight was boarding. And they were like, come here to the family part, skip the queue, straight away, give Winnie a little toy. When we went to do the baggage check, they're like, oh, come to the front, come. Boom, straight through. When it came to boarding, oh, no worries, just
boom,
slide
parents
through.
Straight in, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, travelling with a child is amazing. You don't have to queue up with everybody else, and you feel a bit like, oh, I'm in the family lane. You're getting just access to everything.
It's a great queue jump.
He booked the seats right at the back of a plane, just so you're not in the middle making noise for the whole plane if little one is screaming.
Chose the very first flight out
in the morning.
So the plane going out wasn't busy. It wasn't busy at all.
So it was quite empty, and there was no one sitting beside us anyway, so she could scream and no one could really hear her, no one
even
really
for the
cared.
first 2-3 rows in front, there wasn't someone.
Anyone. Yeah. She was a bit fussy before the plane took off. Someone told me that if you boob them before the flight takes off, it helps with their ear popping. Luckily she still breastfeeds, so that's what I did, and she was quite calm. I literally played some of our favourite shows. Tip to parents, download all their favourite shows before you leave, and she slept. I even have a footage of you and her both. Even the airline staff afterwards came up to us and were like, wow, she's such a good baby. Yeah. And I was like, oh, she's even got a little cold. Like, this is not her best. Like, she's not her best.
Is she a frequent flyer? And we were like, no, this is the first time.
Yeah. Because we're like, wow, she's so good. She didn't like make a fuss. And I'm thinking, thank God for that. When she's feeling well, she would have loved it. Yeah. She would have been smiling, seeing everything. Yeah. I was really pleased with her on that one.
Yeah. We did it. We're here. We're in Barcelona. We're halfway through to our journey onto Andorra. Winnie was good, considering she's got a little bit of a cold and she's very tired. She was good. Yeah. So let's go get our bags. There's our plane.
Oh, bless you.
Look at Mummy.
We are in
Barcelona. We are in Barcelona.
That's where we got all the Spanish.
Well, you have to make your own hot chocolate. But it was actually really nice. When we got to the Barcelona airport, queue jumping with baby, because the whole Brexit passport queue, that was round the
queue was
corner, out the
long.
door. It was long, and I thought we would have been there for 2 hours. It wouldn't surprise me because we still had to get our bags as well because we took big suitcases because obviously we're there for such a long time.
Yeah.
I thought we're going to be in this airport for about 2 hours. Again, as soon as I see you, baby, Senora, come this way.
Yeah, and we
Skip the
got
queue.
skipped. Literally, us and another family with little ones. They opened the thing up,
Yeah.
and then they pulled us to the side, and we got to go to the right to the front of the queue.
Yeah.
So we were literally in the queue for like less than 5 minutes.
First one to pick up our bags.
Yeah,
And
travelling with baby is like an all-access pass to the front of a queue.
Yeah.
You can't stand in a queue for like 2 hours with a little one. It's a bit much. The part we thought was going to be possibly the hardest, which was the drive. We were picked up at the airport by Winnie's godparents. 3-hour drive. My girl slept the whole 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was so happy. The views were stunning. Like, the views were insane. I was enjoying the view because I could.
Yeah. I was going to say, if anyone was having a rough time, it was me. I started to feel car sick going up the mountain. I was like, ooh.
The roads were bendy. Every second bendy. You're just going up and up. Your ears pop constantly because it's so high up in the mountain. But
I think it takes like 2 hours, 2 hours to get to the mountain. And it's like an hour to go up the mountain.
Yeah.
And that was the bit where I was like, ooh.
Yeah. What cracked me up is because he was feeling so off. When his godparents suggested, we could go this way, it's a shortcut, it takes 5 minutes where you're staying. But I want to show you guys around the mountain. We could go this way. It's an extra half an hour, but you'll love the views.
Yeah.
And I can see your face, like.
I had to undo the window. I was hanging out the window. I thought, I'm going to be sick at the side of this mountain. I was hanging on just like that. Like, hold it down.
But going wasn't bad.
Definitely.
You kind of prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad.
And I think coming back, because when we come back, she was totally fine. She was over the cold and whatnot. Coming back showed us how much she would have loved it the first time. Coming back, absolute brie.
Just as we land, Girlie's awake.
You've been very good.
Both flights.
Really good. You've been really, really good.
Yeah. Oh.
Drive there, fantastic. Slept again, barely woke up. At the airport, she was lively, looking around. I think that's where she burnt off most of her energy.
Yeah.
And then on the flight, literally out until we landed. And then the car journey from the airport to home. Again.
Yeah, she slept, didn't she? Yeah, she did, yeah.
It just showed us, like, if she was feeling well when we were going, she would have been absolutely fine.
And like you said, a moment ago, it's never as bad as you think.
Yeah.
It really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
If she cries, she cries. Flying back, there was a lot of, the plane was full.
Yeah.
We still had an extra spare seat next to us, but the plane was
Full.
packed.
Yeah.
So we had people in front of us, side of us, all sorts. And, no bother. I think you just have to plan. Like, each time I planned to get the early flights because I knew she would have disrupted sleep in the morning, so she would be tired. Doing a midday flight, you could probably have issues because the baby's awake and
energetic.
And doing a nighttime flight, seeing like stuff might wake them up again, type thing, until they're in the air. So just plan it. First flight out, first flight back. That was just like the key.
Because you cut their sleep short a little bit, so they can have that sleep on the flight or on the drive or wherever you're going. But honestly, it was actually okay. It wasn't bad.
That's why we're doing it again.
Hey! If you are going to travel with like little ones, if you haven't already, I think the key is to just be over prepared. Make a list so you don't miss anything out, and that way you feel a bit more at ease because you know you've got absolutely everything. And make a tick list. Even as you're putting it into the suitcase,
that's what I mean.
Tick it off.
On your list as well, you had like what's going in the bag, what's going in the handbag, what's going in the suitcase type thing. So it was like, okay, we've got everything that she needs for on the plane and in the car, and we definitely know we've got everything we need in the suitcase.
Yeah.
And proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah.
And you did it again. Another high five, 3 high fives, 4 high fives, 5, 6, 7.
Can you tell we're very proud of how that trip went? Oh, babe.
Brilliant.
Yeah. He's currently on the floor right now, so.
In my pyjamas,
Yeah. I'm in my pyjamas too. But
that's how we film videos.
Yeah.
Top half, prepared, bottom half pyjamas and loungewear.
But we thought we'd make that video because a lot of you were asking what it was like, and I know some of you are probably planning a trip with little one. So yeah, it's not that bad, guys. It was actually fun, and I think we're gonna do it again in a couple of months' time. Not to Andorra, somewhere else. So that's it. That's the end. All the best if you're traveling with little one.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.